It's been good. You know, having Barrett back early for these bowl practices, I think will help us. He's certainly one of our leaders up front, and you know, as y'all well know, the offensive line, you know, continuity is a big thing for us, and you know, we've had some very sharp practices, the ones that I've been back for, and you know, we're looking forward to getting deeper into the game plan as we get closer to the game, and you know, getting ready to play our best game of the year.
How about you? What kept you out a couple days?
I had the flu. Yeah, I lost a little bit of weight, but trying to put that back on, and it's been feeling really good. You know, today especially, I felt real good.
What are you doing to put that weight back on?
Just eating normally, really. You know, I couldn't eat a whole lot while I had the flu and stuff like that. So it, you know, but it's behind me now, so it's all over with.
I guess what is the motivation level? Has everybody been up in practice, excited for this game? It's been a situation where anybody's had to kind of get after anybody, or is that people just brought it themselves?
No, not really. I think it's a great bowl game. It might, you know, it's not, you know, where we would hope to be when we set our goals for a season, but it's a great bowl game nonetheless, and it's a great opportunity for us to, you know, to put together a 60-minute game and you know, build on next year in the off season, the spring, and everything. So it's you know, we get a lot of practice time leading up to the game that we got to take advantage of, and that's what we've done so far. And for me personally, you know, it's going to be kind of hard not being able to, you know, play with Greg and Preston and James and those type guys ever again. So we, you know, we're trying to enjoy our as much as we can our last moments, I guess, practicing here in Tuscaloosa, and then when we get to Orlando. But you know, it's been a good week of practice so far, and we're excited about it.
What about number 53 for Michigan State, Greg Jones, the linebacker? What about him jumps out to you?
He's just a playmaker. You know, he's not, you know, he doesn't have it, you know, crazy hair or crazy measurables or anything. He makes tackles. He gets to the ball as good as anybody I've ever seen, and you know, he's definitely the leader of their defense. I know he's played quite a lot of snaps down there, so he's a really good middle linebacker, as is their whole defense. You know, playing against Penn State, that was one of the most physical games I think that I've played in, and you know, I expect them to be extremely physical. You know, very sound. They got a while to prepare, and they're going to be in the right spots all the time. And you know, 53 is definitely the guy that controls it up there for them.
A lot of the other guys have said that they play like an SEC team. Is that sort of the ultimate compliment to give a non-SEC team to say they play like?
You know, I don't know how they take it, but you know, watching them on film against quality opponents with good records, they're a very good defense, and we're going to have to, you know, bring our A game and, you know, keep getting better every day in practice and you know, getting comfortable with that game plan so we can go out there and execute and do what we do and try to, you know, run the ball and all that type of stuff. But they're a very good defense, and it's going to be a challenge for us.
You see them coming from behind so many times this year. What does that say about them as their resiliency?
Yeah, I mean, it shows that they want to win. You know, they play with a lot of passion. It's pretty evident on film watching them in their games and the games that I've watched so far. And they're, and like I said, they're very good. It's going to be a heck of a challenge, and we're looking forward to it.
We had Rob Bazell up here a few minutes ago. Let's talk about his role on this team.
You know, there's not a guy in this building that doesn't like Rob Bazell. You know, he's a great teammate. He cares as much about the team as anybody. You know, regardless of if he's a starter or not, or on scholarship or not. That doesn't matter with him. He loves the game of football. You know, I think he'll do something with football the rest of his life. He'll coach and administrative, whatever. He's gonna stick with this game, I think. And he's you know, just a passionate player that really likes the game and loves being a part of this team, and you know, has really embraced the role that he has. You know, and obviously the show before the year kind of got a little fame, I guess, and got his name out there. But even before that, he was a well-known guy that was very much liked by everybody, including the coaches and everybody else involved. So he's a great teammate, and he's a good friend of mine.
He wouldn't give us an encore performance, though.
He wouldn't do it. He's probably got to pay him or something. He's probably under like, you know, patented or something. He can't do it in front of certain people, but he's definitely got a talent for that.
Have you gotten any grief with the Michigan State logo and the Spartans on your sweats there from Mountain Brook?
I don't think anybody's noticed that, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that up. But no, I hadn't gotten any. But that's funny. I didn't even think about that.
Do you think you'll see Robbie Sell back as a GA, or do you think he'll try to work here as a coach? You know,
I haven't talked to him about that. I'm sure if that's something he wanted to do, you know, if the opportunity was there, he'd take it. And he's, you know, I don't know exactly what he wants to do, but I assume, just knowing him the last 4 years and being a good friend of his, I think he's going to stick with football in some form or fashion the rest of his life.
Wrap it up, guys.
What's Motley been like this year? I know he hasn't had to play much, but his attitude in practice.
He's had a good attitude. You know, Molly's a really talented guy. You know, I couldn't imagine having to deal with the position changes that he's had to deal with, you know, offense, defense, guard, center, all that type of stuff. And you know, it's kind of hard to settle in, but he's done a good job adapting on the run with all that type of stuff, and very valuable backup. And every time he's gotten into a game since I've been here, he's done a very good job. And he's a guy that, you know, Coach Penry trusts. If he had to go in, he could definitely, you know, get the job done. And he's, you know, another good friend of mine, and he's, you know, had a good attitude this entire year. And you know, we're going to wish him the best, and it's been enjoyable to play with him.
What's the first thing you're going to grab with that Best Buy shopping spree?
You know, I'll tell you what, I'm not big on electronics. You know, my dad still has to hook up my DVD player. I mean, I don't. I ain't good with electronics. I don't really, you know, have many. I don't know. I'll have to get in there and maybe find something that's maybe get a bunch of movies or something. I don't know.
One more on the comeback. Just having Auburn come back on you. I mean, how do you learn from that? What do you take from that to take to the future? Is there anything you can learn?
Yeah, I've taken a lot of it with me. I mean, it's you know, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and hadn't a day gone by that I hadn't thought about it. And it was, you know, it's hard to watch that film. I mean, of course we've watched it several times, but it's tough to watch. And you know, hats off to them. You know, they came back and won the game, obviously, but it was, you know, we did the things we were supposed to do at times, and then at other times, you know, the mistakes that we made were critical mistakes. You know, I think everybody can see that. And you know, it's just motivation to get that type of stuff corrected, and it's a learning experience to know that type of stuff can't happen if you want to win. You know?
Thanks, guys.